Going on to question 2, we are given an arithmetic sequence that is defined by these numbers, -5, 0, and 5. Now, the interesting thing here is that we are told that this is an arithmetic sequence. In other words, we have a good starting point to say we have a -5, a 0, and a 5. So this means already we know that there is a common difference because they're saying it's an arithmetic sequence. Now, to get that common difference, we would say here that 0 minus 5, right? Remember, I'm saying term 2 minus term 1. So it's a 0 minus the 5. Now here I'm going to get a positive so that I'm left with a 5. So that means my common difference is a 5. The same is true if you say term 3 and here we have term 2. If we say term 3 minus term 2, I'm going to have a 5 minus a 0, and this should give me a 5. Hence, this is an arithmetic sequence because those are the properties that we studied with an arithmetic sequence. It must have a common difference here, which in this case is defined by the 5. So this is just us looking at this arithmetic sequence. So much so that we can see that the term 1 is given by a, in this case is equals to -5. Now the first question says to us, determine T31. So this means we're looking for the 31st term. Now, because this is an arithmetic sequence, we know that an arithmetic sequence is going to be defined by a plus, in this case, it will be 30d. Because remember, the number here that multiplies the d has to be 1 less than the term number that we're looking for. So this means we're saying 31 minus 1, we get a 30 there. Now at this stage, I have all the information. I can say my first term is -5, and I'm adding here a 30 times the common difference of a 5. Now here we can quickly jump into our calculator where we're going to have a -5 plus 30 times the 5. And this says that the 31st term is actually equals to 145. This question is marked 3 marks. So already you can see that, you need to spend 3 minutes here. 1 mark for using that formula, substitution, and indeed for getting the final answer. Question 2.2, they say calculate the nth term of the sequence. So if you look at this problem, one might have started by finding here the nth term so that then they can use the nth term to find any term in there. But now the way the question is structured is such that they force you to use this method without having the nth term. That's why I said this method in an exam becomes important, especially for saving time, because now you'll be able to answer this question without actually finding the nth term. So those are the tricky things that you'll do in an exam. You have to be flexible and know different methods so that you are in a position to answer questions efficiently by saving time. So in this case, we would use our formula of an arithmetic sequence because we know that this is an arithmetic sequence and we're looking for the nth term Tn. So our first term here, we said that it is -5 and I'm having n minus 1, and here I have a 5. So this would result in a situation where I'm going to use my distributive property. I'm multiplying the 5 and the n. This should give me 5n, and here I'm going to have a -5. A -5 and a -5 would give me a -10. So the nth term would be defined by 5n, because here I'm having a positive 5n, then I'm subtracting a 10n. And that is my nth term. You can use this to answer that question, but they have done them the other way around, forcing you to use that other method. 2.3, they say calculate. Okay, before we do that, let's look at how we get these 3 marks, right? Because it's important to know how you're getting marked so that you can write the important things and also save time. You'll get a mark for using the correct formula. You'll get a mark for the substitution and a mark for the final answer. So here they say 2.3, calculate the value of n for which Tn is equals to 20. So what they're doing here is that they give us actually Tn to say, look, Tn is equals to 20, but what is n? Now at this stage, I can use this formula that we defined here to say Tn is given by 5n minus 10. So that my Tn now I'm saying is 20. I'm looking at term 20 and I want to see what value of n will we get there. So this will be 5n minus a 10. I'm going to take the 10 and put it this side so that I have a 20 plus a 10. Remember, this negative would change to a positive, right? Then that should give me a 30. So this means here I'm going to have a 20 plus a 10, which is a 13. Then I'm going to have a 5n. Dividing both sides by a 5 would ensure that these two cancel and I'm having an n. Now 30 divided by 5, that should be a 6. So we know that at the 6th term, our term would be a 20.